Lesson air, water and weather. Next we will go to wind. Moving air is called wind. During the daytime, the heat of the sun warms up the surface of the earth. The heat of the sun warms up the surface of the earth. This also warms up the air above the surface. So above the earth, the air which is present also gets warm. Okay. Now warm air is lighter and it rises up. Okay, so during the day, warm air which is above the surface of the earth rises up. So the area becomes empty. Okay, so the cold air rushes to take its place. So from the water, that is from the sea or from the ocean, the water which is cool, above the water the air also will be cool. So this cool air will take up the space where the air is empty here. Okay, and this movement, the constant movement of warm and cold air causes the wind to blow. This is called formation of the wind. Gently blowing wind is called breeze. Okay, gently blowing wind is called breeze. Fast and strong blowing wind is called gale. Very strong blowing wind are called as storm. Okay, so strongly blowing winds along with thunder, lightning and rain is called storm. Next we will go to water. Water is very important for life. Okay, all living organisms like plants, animals and human beings need water to live. Uses of water. So we need water every day. Yes. So what are the uses of water? We use water for drinking, for cooking, for washing and for watering plants. Okay, and there are many other uses also, as you all know. Waste from home and factories is thrown into the rivers and seas. This causes water pollution. That means all the waste which is getting into the sea or the river is causing water pollution, that is dirtying the water. We should boil or purify water before drinking it, because boiling the water kills all the germs which are present in the water. Then what are the properties of the water? Water has no color. So as the air has no color, even water is colorless. Okay, it has no color. And water has no shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. If we keep the water in the glass, it takes the shape of the glass. If we pour water into a jug, it takes the shape of the jug. So water has no shape. And water has no smell or taste. It does not have any smell or taste. If the water is smelling, okay, that means the water is not good. Okay. Water consists of three states. Water exists in three states. That is solid, liquid and gas. So water exists in how many states? Three states. Solid, liquid and gas. When you fill an ice tray with water and keep it in the freezer, yes, what happens? It turns into ice. What is turning into ice? The water which we have poured into the ice tray, when you keep it in the freezer, it turns into ice. This change of water into ice is called freezing. Okay, it is called as what? Freezing. When you heat water, it starts boiling. Okay, when you heat water, it starts boiling and turns into vapors. Can you see this steam coming out? These are also called as vapors, that is water vapors. The change of water into water vapor is known as evaporation. So what is happening here? This water is changing into gas. Okay, so water vapor is the gas. If you keep boiling water for many hours, what will happen? The water will get reduced because all the water is changing into water vapor. So nothing will be left in this vessel. Understood? So this process of water changing into water vapor through heating is known as evaporation. Okay. Next we will go to, if you hold a lid above the boiling water. You will see droplets of water on the inner side of the lid. Can you see droplets of water here? Yes. These are formed when the steam touches the lid and gets cooled. The change of water vapor into water droplets on cooling is called condensation. Okay. So condensation is just opposite to evaporation. Okay. So condensation is the change of water vapor into water droplets on cooling is called condensation. Yes. Next we will go to water cycle. Water changes its form on heating and cooling. Similarly, in nature too, water changes its forms. Let's see how. More than half of the earth's surface is covered with water. This water is present in the form of solid on the earth. That is, how in the form of solid? Those are glaciers and ice caps and snow. Okay. So in the northern hemisphere, that is towards the poles. Okay, North Pole and South Pole, the water is in a solid form. That is in the form of glaciers. Even on the mountains like Himalayas and many other mountains, the water is stored in the form of ice caps. Okay, and also snow. Liquid. Water is also in a liquid form on the earth. That is sea, ocean, rivers and lakes. Okay, it is also in the form of gas, that is through water vapor and steam in the air. The state of water present on the earth constantly changes due to the processes of evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Okay, then what is the meaning of precipitation? You all know, right? It is the rain or in the form of snow, that is called as precipitation. Due to heat of the sun, the water from lakes, seas, oceans and rivers evaporates to form water vapor. The water vapor rises and mixes up with the air in the atmosphere. The water vapor then condenses and changes into tiny droplets. These tiny droplets form the clouds. When the water vapor in the clouds become dense and heavy, they fall on the surface of the earth in the form of rain, snow or hail. Hail is nothing but they are small pieces of ice. The falling of water on the earth in the form of rain, snow or hail is known as precipitation. Now the precipitated water gets collected in the oceans, lake, rivers or under the ground. The continuous process in which water is circulated between the earth and the atmosphere by evaporation, condensation and precipitation is termed as water cycle. Okay, so this continuous process right from the ground, yes, that is through evaporation, condensation and precipitation is known as water cycle.